Warning, some of these stories and content are intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Names, date, and places have been changed to not incriminate the guilty. Otherwise, do not hold me liable.
What's going on, everybody? How are we doing today? Yeah, I'm Jacob Breiling, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Jacob Breiling. So now you're probably wondering, well, what is this channel about? What is this dimension about? Well, this, my friends, this is about something I've been working on the past 4 years. Dun, 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 dun. This is about my book, Cocaine and Cancer. There still can be hope. I had to find a new editor, but I'll get into that in a little bit. I'm giving you with this book the unedited version. I'm giving you a video book, and you're going to get things that may not make the cut, and it's going to be an entirely different book. But I'm sharing with you my skeletons. I'm sharing with you my life. And few people share their skeletons. We all have skeletons. I'm just willing to share mine because I'm hoping that after someone hearing my story or reading it or watching this, you take something away from my life, from my highs and my lows, because this book is colorful. Parts of it is entertaining. It's inspirational. It's motivating. It's saying, hey, if he could get through this, why can't I? So I'm hoping you could take something away from my life. And that's why I have this dimension. And I almost forgot, if you like what you see, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and help me get the word out there in this and share. Because as you see, I got some big things in store, and it's going to be a wild ride. So just enjoy. And now, back to my video. So, with all that being said, before we get into things, I want to say one thing. If you don't like hearing certain things, you have a faint of ears, the station's not for you. Because I'm going to fucking swear. I was a fucking drug dealer. It was part of my life. You know, I may say some things that you may not want to hear. You know, fuck. You know, so I'm just giving you a pre-warning. But with that being said, then also, there's probably going to be some people out there who don't like what I'm saying. They might get pissed. They may think that this is about them and I'm talking shit on them or this and this. Well, guess what? Maybe you shouldn't have put yourself in those places. Maybe you shouldn't have been a shitty person and done those things. You know, I'm not saying that that's going to happen because I don't know what all is being shared and I don't know afterwards, but you know, some people aren't going to like what's being said on here. But then also all names are changed and this. But if you don't like with what I'm saying, maybe you shouldn't have been a shitty person, you know? So like I said, I'm giving you the unedited version of my book right now. And if, tell you the truth, if I had an editor right now, they'd probably be upset with what I'm doing in this road that I'm going. But I don't have an editor. So this is a road that I'm taking to start to share my stories, giving you the unedited version. But it seems like I've had the worst luck with editors because the first editor I met through a really, really good friend of mine, and we'll call him Mac. And I was talking with Mac for about 6 months, right? He kept saying, leading me on, this and this and this. And then finally I call over to him. He lived in some group home in Canada. And they didn't even know who he was. I was like, really? I was like, get out of my face, bitch. It's like you wasted 6 months of my time. But anyways, the show must go on. So then about a year later, I finally found another editor. This lady, Pat, I knew through mutual friends, and me and her, over the months we were working there, became pretty good friends. And she was dying of cancer, and I had cancer, and she had cancer, so we talked a little bit. And she kept telling me, okay, telling me homework to do, all these different things. She had the copy of what she was working on. And she's like, I'm going to give it to my sister. Her sister supposedly knew because she had to go to hospice. She goes to hospice, and I thought she was going to come out. She died. And she didn't tell her sister. I thought you told your sister. And then it got thrown away. I'm like, the worst of luck. But am I going to let this just stop me? No, I'm going to keep going on this route, and I'm going to go this route. And guess what? I'll find a new editor, because it's obviously going to change. And I never wrote a book before. But also, too, I want you to know that with this book, with my life story, because it's called Cocaine and Cancer, and all through my 20s and 30s, I sold drugs. I'm not glamorizing the drug game. Yes, I tell stories and all these different things, but in no way in hell am I glamorizing being a drug dealer, because this was one of the worst decisions of my entire life. And I hated this lifestyle, and I say it many times in the book, but I just wanted you to know that no way in hell am I glamorizing with this book, because some of these stories are going to be colorful, and some of them slightly entertaining, and some of the fucked up shit I did. But, you know, in no way am I glamorizing it. I just wanted you to know that. So with Cocaine and Cancer, there's not any other book out there doing with what I'm trying to do. It's a hybrid of a book. It's a memoir / autobiography / colorful, entertaining, inspirational, motivating read that says, hey, if he could get through this rocky road, why can't I? And yes, there's some books like there, but not doing everything that I'm doing, because the kicker is, when I was 30, I started keeping a recording of my day-to-day activities, and I have every moment transcribed, and I have these moments, sprinkled them in sporadically throughout my book. And on those tapes, you could hear a suicide note I gave to my parents. You could hear the fighting spirit in my voice when I first got cancer. I go, dun, 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 day one of beating cancer. And you hear the positivity and the energy and what got me through cancer. You hear low moments, you hear high moments, you hear scumbag moments, and you hear moments I'm ashamed of, all on these tapes. And I have them, sprinkled them in, and that's the awesome thing. So now you're probably wondering, well, what kind of stories are we going to hear from your book, Cocaine and Cancer, from this dimension? Well, I know I talked about some of these stories a little bit in a different Cocaine and Cancer video, briefly, but I may talk about the time I had to be a cracked out clown and do 3 parties in a row, didn't know how to make balloon animals, or I may talk about some fights I got into where I would put the beat down on people and look at these big meat cleaver hot dog finger hands, boom. May talk about fucked up situations. I may talk about famous people stories where Frank Thomas wanted to beat my ass. I may talk about getting through life, getting through cancer, perseverance, adversities, your highs, your lows, your ups and downs, laughs, embarrassing moments, scumbag moments, illegal kidnapping. But more importantly, I'm going to talk about my life and what I've gone through and how you can get through on the other side. Yes, it's going to be bumpy. You're going to have up and down, but you could get through it. I did. I'm not special. You know, we all could get through these moments. We just have to find that strength. And I'm going to share with you a lot of moments that shows that inner strength that we all have. And that's the cool, wild, fun thing about this. So that's what I'll be sharing with you with this. So with all that being said, so the next video I make is going to actually dive into one of the first stories I'm going to share. And I'm going to share with you the time I got set up and robbed by a so-called friend with the chrome to the side of my dome. And this led me to take a cross-country trip and get out of this environment. And at first I go to Memphis being chased by goons. Then I go to Tallahassee making a fool of myself. Then I go to Panama City Beach, got kidnapped by a gay guy. Then I go to Panama, I go to San Antonio, get in a fight with my Hooters girl. Then I go to Oklahoma, get thrown in jail for fuel piracy. All this on this one trip. And this was my life. And this just shows you the magnitude of how fucked up my life was. But I'm able to still get through it. And I'm going to be sharing all this with you. So let's recap. So with this book, with this dimension, you're getting the unedited version of my book. It's going to be raw and real. When it's said and done, it's going to be an entirely different book. And I'm sharing with you stuff that may not make the cut or not. But right now, it's my job to start to get the word out there, start to market it and everything, because I've risked and am risking a lot by doing this. I'm risking who knows what happens in the future, because all my skeletons I'm sharing, but I'm sharing for a reason. And then I've lost friends out of this. I've lost best friends out of this. I've got kicked out of my place, out of my apartment, because my landlord didn't want me doing the book anymore after over 3 years him knowing I'm doing it. But this isn't about me with what I'm trying to do. I'm really trying to make a difference with this channel and with everything, if you guys can't tell. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Have a great day.